Okay, so Barbara Witt says, how do you prevent a fit, healthy, feeling good horse from crow hopping during canter work? And that is a great question, a really common question. You'd be surprised, or maybe not, at how many horses buck during canter work. And we saw buck, crow hop, not necessarily a full out buck, but like she says here, a crow hop, okay? And you know, a lot of people are just like, oh, well, that's how that horse is, or they might say that's a cold back horse, right? You know, you need to warm them up and do some groundwork, and eventually that horse will relax and settle in, and you can ride that horse. Now, what I like to say, I don't think that it's a cold back horse. It really is just a horse that hasn't worked enough, all right? So you'll find that as horses age, as they get more experience under their belt, a lot of times that just goes away kind of on its own. But there's some things that you can do with your horse to expedite the process to get them to where they relax a lot sooner, a lot quicker for you. So here's what I do when I get a horse that's a little bit humpy in their back when I start to do some canter work. Is first, I'm gonna work them on the ground, okay? Just like with everything, it's always great to do groundwork first, get your horse confident with it on the ground, then go ahead and ride. So I'll send my pony off at the canter, and say he crow hops or bucks at the canter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a little bit more pressure, and just a little bit, okay? Not a whole lot of pressure, because the point isn't to spook my pony forward and make him even more excited, but I want him to know that because of his behavior, he's having to do a little bit more work. And then while he's moving forward, I'm also going to be moving that hind end up underneath him. I might pull him in and have him trot a smaller circle and then canter a smaller circle around me. I really want my horse to work. I want him to know that decision he made was a poor decision and that he's gonna have to keep working because of it, okay? So I'll push him, I'll work him, I'll move him, then I'll take a deep breath, let him settle back down into the trot, and then I'm gonna ask him again, ask for that canter. If when I ask for the canter, he goes into the canter without all the drama and crow hoppingness and all that stuff, I'll take a nice big deep breath, slow him right back down to the trot. I'll let him trot for a little bit, and then I'll ask him maybe a couple more times to see if I can get some pretty good consistent departures from him. A lot of times what happens is, instead of teaching our horses that crow hopping while cantering is a bad thing, what we do is the moment they start crow hopping or bucking, we pull that nose in. And in fact, I've heard a lot of trainers say, go ahead and bump that horse's nose into you and stop him from doing that. Don't let him buck, don't let him crow hop. But think about what you're doing. If you do that and that horse starts crow hopping and you turn them in, their feet stop, okay? There's no more pressure on them. To your horse, what you're telling your horse is, good job, pony, very good job. Whenever you buck and crow hop, I'm gonna pull you in and let you rest and relax. And so if that's something that you've been told to do or that you've done before, try and get away from that habit. Think about making that horse work even more and keeping them moving, even if they are bucking or crow hopping or whatever the case might be. Make them work just a little bit more, and then give them immediately, pretty quickly, give them an opportunity to rest and relax, and then ask again. And so that repetition of asking for those transition is going to make it so that it becomes a lot more monotonous. It becomes kind of just routine to the horse that, oh, okay, when she asks for that canter, I'm going to get to work. I'm going to go ahead and canter, because if I start messing around, I'm going to have to do a whole lot more work. And so that's why you'll find that aged horses, more experienced horses, they kind of grow out of that kind of silliness pretty quickly, because they're being worked a lot, and they quickly learn, oh man, cantering is hard enough work. There's no point in me acting up or being silly, where I'm gonna have to do a lot more and expend a lot more energy. So I hope that helps.